Eldritch Ghost King acquired. By a Rosaphy. Summary. Tim meets a very shy eldritch creature, while it was searching for the artifact he was securing. Or then he freaks out, since he doesn't have a clue how to interact with living humans anymore. Chapter 1. Blood Loss. The living human stared at him. He just decided he would get an item from the living realm himself, because he doesn't want to risk losing his subordinate to some new type of ghost hunters. That's when this human walked in on him, and well, he was kind of holding the artifact he needed. Tim was not expecting to run into a glowing, floating teenager that was glitching in front of his eyes. At first, he seemed to be looking for something, maybe the artifact that they found and were securing. As soon as the teen spotted him, his head snapped in his direction, then froze up, just staring at him. It was unnerving, so much so that he couldn't move his body. The thing didn't even blink, and staring at it made him nauseous. Finally, the teenage creature did something other than staring. It held his hands out. Tim flinched backwards, almost stumbling over some boxes. Then he stiffened, not having expected the living to react that suddenly. It was problematic that Danny hadn't interacted with living humans for centuries, so he didn't know how to deal with them anymore. The human was still staring, and it kinda unnerved him. Why was he staring so intently? Did he look wrong again? Maybe he should change forms? Tim was surprised that after he blinked, the glowing mass of whatever that was turned into a normal person. A black-haired teenager with blue eyes, a perfect adoption bait. Now Tim could finally read his facial expression. He looked worried. Why would he be worried? Then he gestured to the thing in Tim's hands. Oh, he almost forgot about that, with that creature thing now turned human freaking him out. You want this? Tim pointed at the brush in his hands. He gave a light nod. What are you? Tim asked. Then he didn't know what to do. What if the living thinks he is evil again? That wouldn't turn out good. But he couldn't just leave the artifact here. After a long moment of silence, the human spoke up again. What are you doing here in Gotham? Then he pointed at the brush. And what would happen if I give you the brush? The human asked, narrowing his eyes under his mask. Go home, the teenager said shyly. Where is your home? Tim couldn't just let this creature go. It was dangerous. He shook his head, seemingly not willing to disclose this information. What would you do if I keep the brush? Tim questioned. The creature boy bit his lip, before suddenly just ripping his arm off and holding it out to Tim. Trade, the boy answered, still bleeding. The living human's eyes widened. Does that mean they still like to study his body parts? Was he in shock due to such a great offer? Oh no, he did something wrong again, didn't he? The human didn't look happy or delighted. He looked horrified, or was it fascination? Danny didn't know. Are you alright? The human sounded distressed. What a strange question to ask. Why wouldn't he be? It's just an arm. He could just regrow another one. So Danny tilted his head. Please don't rip any more limbs off your body, the human pleaded, still clutching the brush tightly. Then he shrugged. If he didn't want it, then what else could he offer the human for the brush? Then he questioned himself while putting his arm back on his shoulder. Well, that was his plan at least, because it didn't heal immediately. Tim watched bewildered and in horror as the teenager tried very hard to put his arm back on its socket, but it seems to annoy him so much that he gave up and just threw it at a wall. He huffed in annoyance and turned back to Tim. He got some of the teenager's blood on his face, which was uncomfortable. What want? The boy questioned once more, pointing at the brush. So he still wants to trade? Even though he is still bleeding? I want to get to know you, Tim stated. Was that a good offer? Tim hoped so. The boy kind of seemed stunned, as if he expected everything but that. Could creatures like him have low self-esteem? The boy looked away shyly, but nodded, before they started to sway and fall unconscious due to blood loss. That was the chapter! That's one of my fun stories. Yeah, I like that one too. Very much. This series has like 3 parts so far. I don't know if I will give it more or less, but I still continue it just as most of my other stories actually. As long as they're not in my finished works. What is it called? Series? Yeah, I made a series that's just called Finished Works, and they're just works that are finished, basically. I wonder if like because I'm at the moment counting series like from my series as their own like niches. So I don't think also I don't know if people would want that, but no, I'm probably not gonna do that. Like I have like at least 2 fan fictions that are not really child friendly. I think, well, technically, there was another fanfic that was mature in rating. So I don't know. I would like to like give you also the first chapters of those, but like. The problem with them is, again, they're not really that child-friendly, and I don't know if it would be okay with YouTube, because I've never done that on YouTube, and I don't know if I don't know. I don't know. If you want to see, like, hear the not child-friendly ones, someone could commission me then for them, I think. But otherwise, I probably won't do them. Yeah. Because yes, they still can be wholesome. Most of my kinda, like one of them is wholesome, the other one is kind of meh, more brutality than that. But yeah, this was from the series Shy Eldritch Creature, where like Danny is just like as you hear it in the chapter, this shy eldritch half creature that has not gotten out of the zone much, so they freak out from time to time with how they scare people or whatever not. Because it's really not their intentions. If you want this to continue right away, you can commission me for that. You can also commission me for other fan fictions, either that you've written yourself or that someone else written that you want to have a podfic of. Infos to that are in my channel description. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you like my videos in general, feel free to subscribe. And if you want notifications, there's a bell. And now my brain wants to rant about notebooks. Outros in general are so like cringe to make, actually, because I talk and there's no script most of the time. So sometimes I fuck it up and sometimes I don't, and anyways, I'm gonna leave you to whatever you want to do next. Enjoy the rest of your time, and see you next time.